let's go to the videotape.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
I've already seen lots of businesses make major shifts in response to the passage of this law. But we have to make other changes. We need to get a new head of the World Bank, for God's sake. This is ridiculous to have a climate denier as the head of the World Bank. And here's why that's important. And the U.S.
So hopefully the volume was good and everyone could hear that. So there's the denier phrase. But that was just the beginning at this New York Times event. It switched to another moment where David Gell is one of their lead reporters now. He built on that because David Malpass, the head of the World Bank, was there. So he said, let's get a response, of course, which is good. But here's how that played out.
I also want to give you one more chance to directly address former Vice President Gore's claim that he made on the stage, you were a climate denier. His words.
So very odd. I've never met him. He's not involved in the efforts that we're doing. He may present as a climate person. I don't know what impact that's having.
Okay. Let me just be as clear as I can. Do you accept the scientific consensus that the man-made burning of fossil fuels is rapidly and dangerously warming the planet?
I don't know if everyone wants to comment on that. What we are doing is having impactful projects that reduce greenhouse gas emissions. We have a mission of a World Bank.
Will you answer the question?
Will you answer the question? Is that...
I don't even know. I'm not a scientist, and that is not a question. So Al Gore can put. I don't know why it stays on the stage. What we need to do is move forward with impactful projects.
What do you think about the way that played out, Randy?
The guy's clearly a doofus, and it is really pretty lousy for him to being elusive like that on what ought to be a fundamental, simple little answer of, yes, it's human caused. And in fact, it's 10 to 15 years out of date to not be willing to say that. Even a lot of the climate skeptics, I think, are willing to concede that now. So he's terrible and all that sort of stuff. The question, I feel, in terms of communication dynamics, is Gore helping things by using this? I've just had a problem with the term climate denier from square one. I've had a problem with the overreach that they've tried to do in their communications, going back to James Hansen saying that the heads of the oil companies should be tried for crimes against humanity. I mean, it's so much hyperbole that is academically put together. You have to cerebrally put together several facts to make a connection between the heads of the oil companies and crimes against humanity. And so it just hasn't connected with the masses for 15 years or so. And I feel like this thing, in this case, as I say, the people here that I'm working with, they just said, why did he have to do that? It would have been fine for him to just do a detailed critique of the guy and make it clear to everybody what's going on. But it's the denier thing, connecting them with Holocaust deniers. It's incendiary language that I don't see a need for it. The punishment doesn't fit the crime when his entire agency is hard at work on climate. That's what he ended up saying. And his whole thing was going through all the details. Which I'm seeing on the ground here as a fact. There's not any sentiment within this World Bank group of doubting climate, anything like that. He's just a doofus. None of them are impressed with him. He's not a great leader, but why trouble it when the work is happening? I don't know.